My God, if I have to hear another influencer or AV enthusiast that's excited about their hobby, picking up a camera and just damage controlling the truth, talk about how great the Sony A90J is, I think I might actually burst an artery with just disdain of how cringy all of this is getting. Let me be very clear. Do not buy the Sony A90J. It is not worth that kind of money. And today I'm just putting this out there to kind of balance the playing field because, good God, they're really going crazy with promoting this as the best OLED ever made, despite its very many issues that it does have. So smack a like on this video for just getting to the point, straight to the point, no BS, none of that nonsense you're seeing on all these other channels. Let's talk about why I'm making such a big claim, because if you go online right now, that is the narrative that is being pushed by every journalist out there. And I say journalist because they're not experts. These are people that literally went to college, got a journalist degree, started rubbing elbows with bigwigs, product managers, got review units, and now they're promoting this as like some sort of king of TV without actually testing it. Zero open door tests for everybody saying it's great. All they're doing is running their mouths, and it's really annoying for actual professionals that truly test the technology, to truly want science to improve and televisions to get better so that we as consumers win. Let me be very clear. I'm not some pompous asshole that's just trying to be mean to all the other honest, good guys out there. This is a business, okay? And these people know it. They're making millions by lying and over-exaggerating, putting on glorified commercials. I am sick of it. I am so sick of it that I have to make this video. For one, the motion on the Sony A90J should have never have passed, okay? Dude, go watch Jason Bourne, John Wick, Pacific Rim, Mulan, Avengers Endgame, the scene, the Wakanda scene, or I think it's like the Civil War. I don't know. One of the movies where there's a big war scene that breaks out. Hell, any movie where there's a war scene that breaks out and they're all charging into battle. Fucking go watch Twilight, for Christ's sake, when they're running through the forest. You'll see motion artifacting. You'll see heavy panning stutter and jitters like you wouldn't believe that you would find on a TCL. For anybody that's not keeping score, that's that Chinese brand that everybody seems to, again, want to give a hard time for being a Chinese brand. But Sony's motion is worse and equivalent in a lot of areas. And it's infuriating because nobody does the historic comparisons that I do to see what Sony ripped out. I mean, they've taken away the 24p auto synchronization feature, so you don't have the ability to smooth a lot of that stuff out cinematically. And a lot of the so-called image purists out there, right, will just throw their nose in the air and say, oh, this year OLED is brighter. Oh, this year OLED has a new heatsink. That's why it's worth $3,000 just for a 55. Man, if they don't get out of my face with that bullshit, because let's talk about how cheaply built this thing is. Corner to corner, bezel to bezel, plastic. The worst kind of plastic. Hollow, flimsy. Feels like the thing's gonna snap every time you move it. It feels like a piece of garbage. It literally feels like cheap reclaimed plastic, which is what it is. And now for the environmentalists out there that might be like, reclaimed plastic is a good thing. You're absolutely right. It's a good thing, but not in a brand new TV. No TV is just going to be sitting in the landfill day one. It takes years before that happens. And before you start being hypocritical, just understand that there was a good amount of plastic in the unboxing process. Again, going against Sony's road to zero. But then let's talk about the features. They are literally the exact same with lesser priced TVs. I mean, the Google TV thing, you could find that on a step down model. You don't have to pay $3,000 to get Google TV. What do you want? The hands-free voice control? I mean, I literally just did a review on the Hisense and showed that I've been doing that for years actually on the H9G, even showing the hands-free voice control with the kill switch. You don't need Sony or $3,000 if that's what you care about. I'm just saying, when you're talking smart features, Sony gets left behind. Let's say you're a gamer and you're looking for serious gaming options. The VRR on the Sony A90J is non-existent. Sony is still trying to figure it out, man. Like, literally still trailing behind Xbox and trailing behind every TV manufacturer producing VRR in their devices. It's bullshit, man. Let's call it what it is. It's extremely angering. That's why I say these things the way they need to be said, because nobody's going to call it bullshit. They're just going to say, well, they'll have an argument after a while. No, there is no argument. Day one, you either give me what you advertised or you're scamming people until you give them what you advertised. And Sony right now is catfishing the hell out of a massive majority of people using journalists to do it. Hey, we're going to have VRR, we're going to have all that. Yeah, and tell me how that worked out for people with the Sony A90J right now. I see everyone's forgotten about that VRR promise, but I haven't. And Sony promised the same kind of IOU. Now, they'd be stupid to pull the same crap twice, but they've promised VRR before and didn't deliver. And my point is, this company is sleazy as hell. And I'm really tired of it because we don't deserve this as consumers. What did we do but wake up in the morning, go to work, bust our ass, make our money, and then try to find something nice to maybe play a little, to maybe get some of those years of our life back, to maybe do something nice for the family. And then what are we rewarded with? We're rewarded with garbage and influencers that damage control the garbage. Let me be very clear for anybody that thinks this is a good TV. There are only two HDMI 2.1 ports. Like, what the hell is that? Again, if you're a gamer, just buy an LG because this is a waste of your time. Not only will you save money on an LG OLED, but honestly, buying something like the C10, bam, you're fucking done. That TV has been like $13.49 on Best Buy for like the longest time. Go do that for the same 55 inches. I mean, like, it makes no sense that some people are just going out of their way to damage control this. And then again, the price that this TV has is not warranted when you look at the way it's cheaply packaged. I've seen 400, I've seen $300 TVs with better, more premium packaging. They just slap it in a cardboard box. They don't roll out the red carpet at all for you. Hell, I did a review of the Sony A90J, and they have the XR logo, which is this new, like, kind of sleek design that ties into the overall kind of look that they're going for this year. The step-down model, I repeat, the step-down, less expensive model has that XR logo on the back. This A90J doesn't have that. And again, they try to sell you on stupid shit like, oh, this year, you know, we allow you to have a kill switch for hands-free voice control. And, you know, it's brighter. It's brighter. Do you want to pay more for bright? No. There is more to a TV than brightness. And you know what everyone talking about brightness is neglecting to mention right now? The brightness means nothing because it's only in vivid mode that I personally tested this out. I'm not some guy on the internet just claiming this stuff. I've tested this. Watch my review. I'll link it in the pinned comment below. Okay? The only mode that gets 1300 nits is vivid. If you use any other mode, standard, cinema, IMAX, enhanced, any of those other modes, you are dropping down to the 800 nit area. And I'm going to break this to everyone. That was like what we were seeing in 2018, my dudes, off of the LG C8. This is not anything Evo, so to speak, because it's funny how all these same purists can slap everybody to the floor on AVS forums and call everybody a clown on Reddit when they start talking about they like using vivid mode because it's their preferred mode. Meanwhile, they sit here pompously talking about cinema and all these other modes as their preferred modes, but neglect to tell you in every single goddamn review on the internet that there is no 1300 nits in those modes. In fact, you're getting exactly what you were getting on older OLEDs that are at least 2 to 3 years old right now. It's distasteful, man. And I get really up in my feels over this because I'm watching people literally go to work for this. I'm watching videos like mine, videos like this get buried by the YouTube algorithm because they're not showering the television with praise. I understand exactly what time it is. It's this corporate elite bullshit where it's like, you know, you want to play the game with people, you want to smooze up, you want to sell some snake oil, go right ahead, you'll be successful on YouTube. You start giving honesty, your search results are going to be a little iffy. Maybe you start finding yourself at the absolute bottom or not at all. And that's cool, but maybe one or two of you can share this with somebody and maybe they know. If I help a couple people, I did my job. I can't let this go on without someone saying that it's not okay, because when there are injustices in society, you speak up. And it's absolutely an injustice to say that the Sony A90J is anywhere close to being one of the best TVs. Because while the picture is beautiful and everything, number one, it doesn't look like that out of the box. Sony claims that they've calibrated it to a mastering monitor's level, the equivalent of $30,000. Meanwhile, hella color inaccuracies, You've got a lot of work to do to get some of the sour colors out. And notice, I'm going to point this out, and I swear to God, you're going to see it in every, and I mark my word, every YouTuber saying this is a good TV, you're going to see it in every one of their videos from this point forward. You ready? Notice how every one of the YouTubers claiming that this TV is so great has a blue tint to their screen, but not just blue. The whole image looks overly cool and everything looks dead. That's because they're whipping it out of the box. They're not calibrating it. They're not even making adjustments that make the picture look better. They're just talking out of their asses because they know most people don't have the experience to recognize what an uncalibrated image looks like on camera. I do YouTube, I do professional calibration, and I know that this is a game that they're running on you. And when I see it with my trained eye, my expert eye, my professional opinion that I'm putting out there, you know, I get in my feels, man, because I see it. And it's so hard. Like, it's like, think of something in life you're really good at, right? Maybe you're good at changing a watch battery, or maybe you're good at closing a sale, right? But I'm really good at figuring out what TVs can and can't do. And the Sony A90J is very underpowered when you're talking about the amount of money. You're talking over $3,000 that they're asking for one of the worst motions I've ever seen. No VRR, only 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, a $500 packaging presentation at best, cheap reclaimed plastic that could have been a piss bottle at some point. You don't know. Okay, I mean, it goes so much deeper than this, guys. This is all like a cost-cutting measure. And I promise you, next year they're gonna roll out something that's gonna be even more refined than this bullshit, because this is a stopgap move from Sony. It's pure laziness. And I'm telling you right now, do not be surprised when that pans out next year, because this TV is being overhyped. And guess what's gonna happen next year? All the people that bought the A90J because of all the positive press are going to look so stupid, because Sony's going to come out with what they should have come out with this year, an actual effort, after, again, years of just dragging their feet. And it really bothers me, man. It really does. And so I'm hoping that with this really passionate rant, if you must call it that, or dragging of other YouTubers and being mean, if you really must call it that, you wake up to the facts that the influencers and the news being put out there isn't always in your best interest, and that sometimes they are closing deals behind closed doors and they're not disclosing that stuff to you to seem like an honest, okay guy. Majority of them are just average everyday Joes that got connections with product managers and got review units sent to them, and at the end of the day they're weaponizing it. And I see it for what it is, because I am a YouTuber with an actual following, and I'm blowing the whistle on all of them. So of course they're going to hate me for it, but I don't care, because I'm doing this for your best interest, because just like you, I'm a human being. So I hope this connects with some of you. I hope you share this message, and I hope, for the love of God, you don't spend $3,000 on the Sony A90J, setting the precedent for making 4K expensive again. Can I just point out that for the price of the Sony A90J, you can get multiple 75-inch TVs right now? I mean, you have the TCL R635 75-inch or whatever it is, $15.99. You get multiple 65-inch TVs. You get multiple 55-inch TVs for the price of this one TV. It is an exorbitant waste of money. You watch this thing, you don't drive it. And if they want to charge money for used car prices and decent used car prices in some areas, I'm going to tell you right now, they had better deliver everything, and this TV really does not. And so to save you some of that disappointment, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off, and I'm going to be the villain in the AV community, being the only one that you are going to find on the internet, being this transparent, this real, this raw, this genuine, this honest. I swear to God, you won't find anyone this emotional about trying to help you out, because they don't care. They're making business deals. I'm making friends here on YouTube. And if you want to be a part of the #1 brand in honesty, subscribe, because I got your best interest in mind. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.